Trust a Flump needed first dibs. Welcome, welcome. Stranger, stranger. What are you boying? What are you selling? I'll buy it at a high price. All right. People. Or whatever. We have a sealed box, actually a sealed brick of Avernus. Hello, hello, yellow. Don't matter where I was pretty sure I'd get shanked either way, says Dan. Oh, by the way, I owe some howdies. I'm sorry, one real quick, Trust a Flump. Black Wolf, I am here and says so first. GM Vault, hola nerds, and hola to you as well. And yes, Trust a Flump, the boxes are here. Who else has arrived? Half Demon Dan is back, and it's good to see you back. Pouty Lips is here. Pouty Lips, I have 28 boxes, and it's going to be 25 soon. After Trust a Flump here. What else? Textbook Apologist is back. Oh, full ASMR, yes. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's intro. Extra spoopy. Alright, so First Blood of Avernus goes to Trust a Flump. And let's see, the special instructions one more time. Let's get boxes 1 and 2 and dealer's choice for the third. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3 und 4. So we're going for 1 und 2. Yeah. Man, just look at these spoopy October Halloween colors. They know what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Now we're going to perform some surgery on the... There we go. Now watch this. Oh, how crisp. Look at that. Just a nice clean breakaway. Nice clean breakaway. And I'm going to put the rest of the brick down beside me. So here's 1 and 2. And then I'll just, I'll grab another one when we get to that point. Hey, and Dan, if you need help with that, let us know. We are here for just that reason. Hey, Santa. Dat snapped, though. Yeah. No, I do not, Dan. It is a blind pull. Are you ready? I'm ready. Ooh, spoopy stuff, spoopy stuff. Yeah. But of course, why look at pictures when we can pop them open and have the real deal? Now here's some more ASMR for y'all. The very first box open for Descent into Avernus is going to Trust a Flump. And what will be inside? Hey, Donnie Sorrow, welcome. Well, there's certainly 4 miniatures. Wiggles excitinglys. Yes, everyone, please, let's give Trust a Flump some luck, some love, some praise. If you got the emote, please, please represent in chat. A? Oh, I got some more Descent behind me. You can see over my shoulder. All right. I gotta get the feel, the rhythm here. All right. We begin with a Legion Spined Devil. A Legion Spined Devil. Boop, boop. Next up... We have a babau. A babau. Now, I have Morton Canaan's open. I have Monster Manual open as well. So if there are questions on the monsters, unless it's something custom to that mod, we should be able to find an entry for it and talk about the monsters. But yeah, let's just have some fun busting open boxes, right? Next up, oh, actually, let me double check something. Okay, yeah, so that was the common Legion Spine Devil. Apparently there's an uncommon version. That one has a trident, and this one has something else. I guess we'll discover as we keep popping boxes. This is... okay, next up is a Legion Bearded Devil, and this is A. This is 21A. Now up above, I couldn't tell you offhand what the difference between A and B is, but again, we'll find out when we get there. But this is a Legion Bearded Devil. Magnificent beard on that one, by the way. That's what you look like fresh out of the shower, says Textbook. Now, lastly, we have a large figure. Uncommon, perhaps? Yes. We have... Mickey the Flesh Golem. You know what? For this, I better turn my chroma key off. That way we can see what is happening a little bit better. Alright. We have Mickey the Flesh Golem. This is a large size figure. It looks like it's a flesh golem made out of devil parts, of all things. And he goes in this way. Boop. So let's put Mickey back. And the first box has been opened. All right, and here's a bearded flump. This box has been marked for you, Trust-a-Flump. Papa Nurgle would be proud. I would agree. Here we go, box number 2. More minis. Who'd have suspected? Go back up to the top. And what or who do we have? Aha. We have Barnabas the Flame Skull. Barnabas the Flame Skull. Looks like he's wearing a little helmet. Little face. I'm Barnabas. And there's a cat. Tis, Dan, tis. He is my friend. Next up we have... Aha. A Legion Imp. A Legion Imp, and it looks like it's carrying maybe a spell or a boulder that's on fire Or maybe they just learned how to rocket propel devils. Hey, Hydrogen. A jetpack. an impish jetpack. How about that, huh? So we have, you know, already. Wootini! I mean, look, if you have an imp familiar and you really got to get a message to someone, you light a fire under its bottom. Now, next up, you want to talk about someone that would make Papa Nurgle proud. We have a Nuperabo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. A Nuperabo.
No, I don't feel so good.
Oh, you know what? You know, dang it, Trust-a-Flump, I'm sorry. Your miniature has a crack in it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Jim Vault says that's what I look like getting out of the shower. Oh. Alright, now lastly, you have a large figure because all the boxes do. Yes, sir. Reckon they do. You have a Legion Ice Devil. A Legion Ice Devil.
Hey, what are you doing here? Answer me. Oh, I'll poke you. I'll poke you so you hope I won't poke you no more.
Hydrogen for a full box, yes. That includes shipping. Once more, it plops down like so. There we go. It plops down like so. There you go, Trust-a-Flump.
2 boxes, please.
2 boxes, please. Then 2 boxes will be yours. No problem, Donnie. Now, the third choice was given to me, and so I will pluck the next box. There we go. One more to Trust-a-Flump, and then we have 2 in queue for Hydrogen. All right. What's up next? 1 figure, 2 figure, 3 figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scroll back up to the top. Un, deux, trois, le coup par le doigt. Le gasp. I think that's what that face is called. I don't want to. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of sharp parts on these minis. Absolument. C'est vrai. begin with that number. All right. First up, we have Amerigon. Look, by the way, fantastic cape. We have Amerigon. And you see, Santa, it's completely... Oh, Zutalos! Oh, mon sang! Oh. Amerigon. Yeah, creepy baby face, huh? Sure you can, Dan. Now, Santa, I mean, I don't like to brag, but l'état, c'est moi. I gotta be careful, that'll get me murked. Next up, we have number 15. We have, yes. So this is the alternate, the Legion Spined Devil, but we can make out what it's holding, which looks to be a little shield. So you have one that carries a trident that looks to be offensive, and it looks like this has a little kite shield. And so this is a little bit of a defensive Spine Devil. Yeah, Amy Chibi, go ahead and ask about making a homebrew creature. This is a workshop. We'll certainly help you out. Next up, we have an uncommon. Ooh. Look at this. A halfling. And her name is Scarla Ignored Cantrip. It must be a hyphenated name. That's a really neat figure, though. Awesome short stack. Yeah, I agree, Dan. Oh, you could call her False Miss instead, instead of True Strike. It's an air realm creature, is a living cloud that feeds by sucking heat or humidity, and when it's full, it discharges acid rain, then moves to another area. Well, so as far as it's sounding good, can you explain more about the context of the story or the land, or you know, can you give us some background about where this is taking place or why?
Hot and spiky 6 months.
Indeed, O Sheeps, and thank you. Enjoy. O Sheeps, take a look at the color of your salsa. You have moved up in spice. It is extra spicy. Look at that. You have a nice orange now. Orange. Next up, next up is a, there we go, a Glabrazu. Talk about a nice bread and butter devil. And look at that come at me pose. You put this on the field. Come on. Come at me. There's a Glabrazu coming at you. What up, doe? Basic creature idea, but I'm thinking that something like roaming a monster that has grown over the years. Something that people consider a natural disaster. Okay, so this is just a monster that lives in the world? Well, there's, you know, there's... Do you want it to really be a monster? Or if it's a floating cloud, you might even be able to classify it as a... you know, as a hazard or something along those lines. Or sometimes a monster is just, there's no stats. It just exists and there's nothing that people can really do about it. So in that, it kind of becomes an environmental hazard in that regard. But it's something like, it's something to be avoided. Like the spores in Dragon Riders of Pern. Alright, so I need a flump for the occasion here. Alright, is that kind of a come at me bro flump pose? I forget if they do turn into clouds. It sounds like it might be the case. The thread. Ah, yes, the thread. Not the spores. Thank you, Osakachi. Okay. Next up, we have hydrogen for Zwei boxes. Here we go. All right, yeah, trust the flumps. I loosened this one up for you. I gotcha. I gotcha, hydrogen. So everyone, please, if you have the emote, let's show hydrogen a little bit of thankfulness and gratefulness and love and luck. Amy Chibi says, a person told me that in case is a monster, the players could roll a constitution check every turn the cloud is sucking the heat of humanity, about 6 damage, and when it has managed to do about 30 damage as a whole, it discharges the acid rain, and that players should roll a dexterity check to try and evade ASAP or take corrosive damage. Can you really jump out of the way of rain? I mean, maybe if you do something like save for half, or just a constitution check for half, if we're talking about something like acid. So it all depends, Amy Chibi. What is the challenge rating that you would like this monster to be? Because that is going to play into the amount of damage per round it would be delivering. And something like that would make for an excellent environmental monster, quote unquote. Alright, so Flumph is decreeing that the second box has a nightmare. I guess we'll see. Hey, Trust-a-Flumph has had precognitive images before. It's happened. Alright, so first up. First up we have a lemure. I'll help you with my little hand. Just grab on. It's my strongest hand. So this pile of raw meat is a lemure. Yeah, Santa, exhaustion is not a common mechanic used in many games, in my opinion, and that would be an excellent way to incorporate that. After that, we have... speaking of a meat demon, we have an abyssal chicken. An abyssal chicken. Next up, we have... a Maragon. However, I'm afraid he might need a little touch up here. This is actually easy to fix because of how they're packaged. His look, refry. Come on, man. This stuff happens. Be a brother. Don't point this stuff out. It happens to the best of us. Honestly, though, that will retake. To it will be, Donnie Sorrow. Boo. Oh, this poor Maragon. He needs to be filled with the lust for battle once more. This is a PG-13 stream, and I'm keeping it as such. Pouty lips. Let's see. I mean, my thoughts on aboleths are that my thoughts become their thoughts when they take me over with their slime magic. But Amy Chibi, so what do you want to do with an aboleth? An aboleth could be absolutely correct for a situation, or it could be the worst thing ever. Next up is a... it's this one. A Legion Horned Devil. A Legion Horned Devil. Got that nice little flame on the helmet. All right, Hydrogen, I hope that works for you. Now, Trust-a-Flumph called a nightmare in this box. Is Trust-a-Flumph correct? Round 2. Pop. If it's got a nightmare, I'm right. If it's a lousy box, I'm right. So Trust-a-Flumph is hedging his bets. All right. Oh, thank you, Tamarick. Thank you, thank you. Next up, we have a... Aha. We have another abyssal chicken. Another abyssal chicken. An army of abyssal chickens. Next up, a Legion Imp. A Legion Imp. If it'll focus. I don't know what it's trying to focus on, because right now nothing's in focus. Yellow. Yellow. There we go. An Abyssal Imp. Jetpack Imp returns. Next up, you have an uncommon, which is a Bulazau. A Bulazau. That tail, though. And lastly, you have a large figure that is a rare figure. And the large rare that you have is, in fact, Zariel.
Hey, what's up, kid? You want to play Smash Brothers together?
All right, Hydrogen. Your mark is upon the box. Now it is time for Donnie Sorrow to get some boxes. And Donnie says, "Gimme two, bruh." And so we're going to do just that. All right, everyone, give Donnie some love and some luck. I know you all have that emote. It's a nice tier 1 emote to cheer him on. All right, Ember, thank you for hanging out as long as you could. Ah, I see. I see a cactuar in chat, and I will return that. All right, Donnie Sorrow. Your journey begins with a babao. A babao. Hey, Rising Phoenix, welcome. Next up, you have Fallister Fisk. I wonder if this is an NPC that shows up in the story. Fallister Fisk. Next up, you have a Morenoloth. Morenoloth. And lastly, come on now. Come on now. There it is. We have a large uncommon that is Yinogu's Barlurga. Yinogu, a demon, the demon prince of the Knolls. Yinogu's Barlgura. Oh, you mentioned Yinogu. And Refry, thanks for the bless, but for what? Oh, fighting a squad of gnolls. All right, Donnie. Your name is upon the box. It shall be yours. Box number 2. Hey, Neo Realms, welcome. All right. All right. Aha. Next up, we have Yinogu's Dretch. Yinogu's Dretch. Rare. Next up is a Legion Barbed Devil. And take a look. Hatchet in one hand. Look at that spell effect in the other. And this is definitely a pointy devil. We have a Legion Barbed Devil. It's not easy being green. I think that there are, Dan. I don't remember offhand what the name of it is. Next up, you have a large uncommon, and that is a Yagnoloth. Got the spell effect in one, a Yagnoloth. Look at that perspective. It's coming to the rescue. Dun, 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 dun. And lastly but not leastly, you have a rare figure, Donnie. The rare figure that you have pulled is a Furbolg Druid. This is a very tall figure, by the way. This Furbolg Druid. I mean, take a look. She is taller than the Spine Devil. In fact, she almost measures up. I mean, she pretty well measures up to the large figure, because of course Furbolgs push that limit.
For the mini pool.
Ah, Black Wolf is putting 20 into the mini pool. The public funds. Thank you, Black Wolf. And thank you for the host, Black Wolf. All right, I have more boxes to open. Pardon. Yeah, if you'd like to, Pouty Lips. The money is it's a give a penny, take a penny. It's first come, first served, and it's whoever uses it uses it. Black Wolf sort of reset his karma by donating back. Not that anyone has to. You've been looking for your wallet since you started to do that dono. Well, I mean, thank you. You do not have to pay it back, but I'm thankful that you did. One more? Just one more. One more for hydrogen. Have I ever seen a hippo used on a campaign? I always thought a hippo could be a cool mount to an orc or heifer. I haven't, no. Though, in its own way, it might be a little ponderous, but it would be an interesting beast of burden, Amy Chibi. Okay, Pouty Lips. I will in just a second here. All right. We have number... Aha. This is our first one. We have a figure, Rhea Mantlemorn. Rhea Mantlemorn. Next up is aha. Pardon. The website here actually mixed up the name, but you have a Rakshasa named Mahadi. You see how the hands are on backwards? You have a Rakshasa named Mahadi. Next up, you have a large uncommon, pardon, you have an Armonite. An Armonite. This is version A. Oh, Black Wolf, it's probably part of the ambient noise. And lastly, you have a rare figure in the set. And the rare figure that you have is Haruman. I mean, you want to talk about holy hell, we are in Avernus, Trust-a-Flump. Yep, that's the third rare in this brick. All right, Hydrogen, there you go. All right, now next up, Pouty Lips is going to use 11 of the 20 that's in the public, like the community funds. So we're going to put that to 9. And Pouty Lips wants to do a first dibs. Pouty Lips, do you want to roll a D8? That was the first brick is gone. This is now a sealed brick that I'm opening up. 7. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will excise the demon. And the flowers are still standing. All right, yep, O'Sheeps is leading the charge. Everyone, please give some emote love for Pouty Lips. And this is going to produce our first orphans. Yes, our first orphans. For descent into Avernus. All right. First up, we have a Babau. A Babau. Next up, we have a Legion Spined Devil with a shield. A Legion Spined Devil with a shield. One more. If you don't see me again, my wife did it. All right, Donnie. Don't get too much wife aggro for that. After that is, oh, actually, it was one step back this way. We have a Legion Barb Devil dual wielding. So one of them has a flame and an axe. This one has 2 axes. A Legion Barbed Devil. Or lastly, Pouty Lips, you have a Glabrazu that you can choose. He's got the little hands. So, Pouty Lips, which one figure would you like from that box? You want the Glabrazu? Okay. And so it shall be yours. And that's going to put these 3 in the orphanage. All right, Donnie's getting another box. Hopefully he doesn't disappear. Let's see what's in it. Once more, everyone, spam those emotes. Let's give Donnie a little bit of love and luck. Hydrogen wants to put the Armonite up for a trade. Okay. We're going to start with a common, and that common is Rhea Mantlemorn. Rhea Mantlemorn. Cabe with the host. I saw a notification for that. Thank you very much, Cabe. Next up, we're going to the uncommons. And this is the uncommon version of the Babao. As this one has a spear, and the other one is just like claws. So we have a Babao. Bow wow, says Refry. Next up, we have a large uncommon. Yes. And this large uncommon is an Armonite, and this is the one with the spell. Hi, Kyra. Hey, there we go. There's the notification. Thank you, Cabe. And lastly, Donnie, you have a rare figure in this set. And the rare figure that you have is a red Abishai. Hey, hey, Luke, welcome. A red Abishai. It's going very well, Luke. This new set just dropped, so we're popping open boxes of devils. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of a pick-me-up. You know, it's happy it'll be adopted, you know. Just give it to something to kill and suddenly... Boop. Hello, Grimvex. Welcome. Now, there are still 6 boxes in this brick. I have a bunch of capsules. And if any of you are feeling lucky in that regard.
The red berries tastenike birning.
Oh, have you been doing some brewing experimentation? I hope you guys have been well. I haven't been able to catch y'all streaming. Have you had a good summer? And thank you for re-upping. Really? Oh, geez. I'm sorry to hear that you had a bunch of trolls, stopping by. The capsules are 5 apiece. Yes, Dan. I'm sorry to hear you had a bunch of trolls. It would be difficult for me to imagine trolls stopping by like a hangout session with brewers, talking about brewing and just life stuff. I'm sorry if they drove you out there. I hope you're having success on Mixer though. If you want to share a link to your channel, you're welcome to do so, Luke. Kyra, if you'd like to, yeah, that's fine. At this, I can look it up, Pouty Lips. I'll have to do it though. I'll have to do it a little bit later. I don't know offhand. I don't have that as a resource immediately in front of me because it is so new. Mixer's cool. I have heard a lot of folks are going over there from Twitch. All right, so Kyra is going to use the last of the public funds plus the $1, and is going to get 2 pulls from the gotcha grab bag. So Kyra, you tell me when to stop, okay? Kyra. Kyra, release me. There we go. Stop. All right, you have a piece of paper in this cap. Yep, everyone please spam that emote. The gotcha capsules are just as much like popping a box. Now, on this piece of paper are written words. Who knew? You also have cat... That's a Raichi hair, all right. You have a premium druid. Now, what does a premium druid mean? That's a little weird, huh? A premium druid is a pre-painted figure in a box here. This is the premium druid. And let me put your name next to that figure on the list. Premium Druid. Went to Kyra. Alright. Once more. Here we go. Stop. There's a figure inside. Ah, you have Renair Neverember. Renair Neverember is from the Waterdeep Dragon Heist set. Renair Neverember. Very good duelist. Look at that cutlass. Great PC or NPC figure. There we go. I do not have a Volo. No, he is... I have 3 boxes. Whoops. I have 3 boxes of Waterdeep left here at the battle station, I guess you could call it. And I have a couple more at the store, but I don't have a single Volo available. So it would have to be popped out of a box. And these are 11 for first dibs or 18 for the full thing. Trustaflum says, ridiculous, Maddie. What are the odds my player names their character Renair Neverember? Luke, I still have that one figure for you, by the way. I don't know if you're ever able to make it to the area, but I can either ship it out to you. And if you want other figures, the postage is paid to go to Canada. It's up to you. If you want it shipped out, or if you still want to swing by and we'll raise a cup together and you can pick it up. Challenge accepted, Luke? How ominous with the thunder in the background. That's a soundtrack, by the way. I'm not at risk of a power outage. All right, are there others? What's my favorite mini in the set? I don't know if I have one. I haven't really, like, I've looked this over, but I haven't really fixed on anything in particular. Like, simply because it's bright colors, Sylvira here seems really neat. Looks like a tiefling, maybe a Cambion. But honestly, there's just a lot of really cool molds in this set. I mean, there's just so much variety. And just... by the way, the Maw Demon, this could totally be a Zorn. You want this to be a Zorn? It could be a Zorn. You want a Legion Chain Ogre? Or the Legion Chain Devil? But yeah, Trustaflump, these may very well have 3 rares in it, because look how many rares are in the set, and there's no ultra rares. There's no invisible figures. And so it looks like every brick might be getting 3 rares. I also do have one Infernal War Machine currently available. You can take the top off. You see the mold line here? You can take the top off, and it can fit 6 figurines inside of it. There's just a lot of cool sculpts in here. Now, to get a bit in the mood, dun, 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 if you have your Dungeon Master's Guide open, the bubblegum wad. Hey, well, there's still a nightmare perhaps to be pulled. I have 6 more in this busted open brick, and then I have half a brick from earlier in the day. So there could be a nightmare in here too. I know KH Darkwolf is looking for one as well. Now, in the Dungeon Master's Guide, it discusses the planes. The 9 hells of Baator inflame the imaginations of travelers, the greed of treasure seekers, and the battle fury of all moral creatures. It is the ultimate plane of law and evil and the epitome of premeditated cruelty. The devils of the 9 hells are bound to obey the laws of their superiors, but they rebel within their individual castes. Most undertake any plot, no matter how foul, to advance themselves. At the very top of the hierarchy is Asmodeus, who has yet to be bested. If he were to be vanquished, the victor would rule the plane in turn. Such is the law of the 9 hells. An optional rule, because the DMG is full of these. Evil pervades the 9 hells, and visitors to this plane feel its influence. At the end of each long rest taken on this plane, a visitor that isn't evil must make a DC 10 wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature's alignment changes to lawful evil. The change becomes permanent if the creature doesn't leave the plane within 1d4 days. Otherwise, the creature's alignment reverts to normal after 1 day spent on a plane other than the 9 hells. Casting the Dispel Evil and Good spell on the creature also restores the original alignment. And in Avernus, I believe that this is the case for that module, is that if you're spending a lot of time in the hells will leave an effect on you. And you may very well descend into, a concept of evil where you become more cruel, you become more selfish, more self-centered. The 9 hells has 9 layers. Well, that's good to know. The first 8 are each ruled by archdevils that answer to Asmodeus, the Archduke of Nessus, the 9th layer. To reach the deepest layer of the 9 hells, one must descend through all 8 of the layers above it in order. The most expeditious means of doing so is the river Styx, which plunges ever deeper as it flows from one layer to the next. Only the most courageous adventurers can withstand the torment and horror on that journey. And here we go. Here is Avernus. No planar portals connect directly to the lower layers of the 9 hells by Asmodeus' orders. As such, the first layer of Avernus is the arrival point for visitors to the plane. Avernus is a rocky wasteland with rivers of blood and clouds of biting flies. Fiery comets occasionally fall from the darkened sky and leave fuming impact craters behind. Empty battlefields are littered with weapons and bones, showing where the legions of the 9 hells met enemies on their native soil and prevailed. The Archduchess Zariel rules Avernus, supplanting her rival Bel, who has fallen out of Asmodeus' favor and is forced to serve as Zariel's advisor. Tiamat, the queen of evil dragons, is a prisoner on this layer, ruling her own domain but confined to the 9 hells by Asmodeus in accordance with some ancient contract, the terms of which are known only to Tiamat and the Lords of the 9. Zariel's seat of power is a soaring basalt citadel festooned with the partially incinerated corpses of guests who failed to earn the Archduchess's favor. Zariel appears as an angel whose once beautiful skin and wings have been ruined by fire. Her eyes burn with a furious light that can cause creatures looking upon her to burst into flame. And that is the figure here. Of course, there's a puny picture, because why not? This is the person that Phydragen pulled. Grimvex says it sounds like home. In the book series that I'm currently listening to on Audible, Avernus has been mentioned, I believe, as well as the ruler, sort of in passing. However, Primarily, the book series takes place in Malbolge.
Okay. Let's go again.
Let's go again. All right, as we've been descending into Avernus. Let's grab a box and tear it open and see what the flump has. Thank you, O'Sheeps, everyone. If you're out there, yeah, use that emote. You got it, right? Time to get a nightmare? We'll see. We'll see. The hunt for the first nightmare has begun. We're going to go back up to the top. And we begin with Fallister Fisk. You. Fallister Fisk. Next up, we have Marenoloth. Marenoloth. With a cat hair. Next up, we have a Legion Barbed Devil. And this one is B. Although I don't know. I don't know the difference between A and B here. I'd have to get A back out again and take a look, but they seem the same. I wonder if it's just a different type of a spear. And lastly, it might be different spearheads, yeah. Lastly, we have a large figure. It's not a nightmare, I'm sorry to break your heart. However, you have Ynogu's Barlgura. Ynogu's Barlgura. Oh, no, thank you, Trustaflumph. You're getting these minis with these come at me poses. There's our bearded flump with a spear. All right, I'm going to get up and take a quick break. I got to get up and stretch my back and get around here. Dan, yes, backgrounds do provide skills. And sometimes languages or tools, musical instruments, that kind of a thing. So I'm going to get up and stretch, and when we come back, we can pop more boxes or more capsules. We can continue to explore Avernus and Devils. I have materials that are here to help us understand just what are we looking at. And if you want to read along at home and you have the books, we'll be looking at the Dungeon Master's Guide, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, and the Monster Manual. So stick with me, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes, okay, everyone? Let's go do a little stretch.